Isaiah 10:1. Woe to those who decree unrighteous decree, who write misfortune, which they have prescribed. Verse 2. To rob the needy of just, and to take what is right from the poor of my people, that widow may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Call Halaya Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Karkadash, and double honor to the man of great millstone that's out there on the highway and byway pushing the truth day in and day out, reaching the hopeful leg to put them out of a two-thirds state of mind. I'd like to add that I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has 100% truth for the Bible. To the Akim and Aqua that are listening and learning, continue the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Keep praying and repenting, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, as it states in John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandment, as well as Ecclesiasticus 12:13. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandment. This is the whole duty of man. What we're about to go into will be First Maccabees 1:41. And all through our captivity, we have been oppressed. We have been misused and abused. They want us to do away with our laws and commandments, our sacrifice, you know, burnt offerings and stuff like that. And this particular king here made a decree, and the whole kingdom, also toward Judah as well, Jerusalem. And the same thing is happening here in the United States, you know, and it's against our religion to, cut your skin, to put something in your body that's going to destroy you. So the same decree, unrighteous decree, is here in America. So let me start off by reading this here and shooting out some verse to give understanding, and I hope this lesson will be edified. First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Just like here in America, they push that we are one, we are together, and which we not. 42. Everyone should leave his law, so the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. We have a lot of people over here, they, you tell them the truth, they disregard and say, no, America is not that, we are one, what's this song that came out in 1985? We are the world. We are the people, I forget the lyrics, but they want to merge everybody together in this big melting pot of America. Verse 43. Yeah, many also of Israel consent to his religion and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. Now, you have sellouts, you have, and sellouts ain't number 2/3 of our people. And you're not supposed to sacrifice unto idol and profane the Sabbath. The Sabbath is is considered a, holy, holy day of service to the Lord. So let's go. Slovakia. Oh, I think y'all messed up on that right there. Anyway, says here, for his idol, it says here, Exodus 20:3, thou shalt have no other God but me. And when our people, when we praise men or we praise material, those are idols, and you're not supposed to praise that. Verse Exodus 20:4, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water or under the earth. Let me go to something else. Says it, turn ye, Leviticus 19:4, turn ye not unto idols, or make to yourself molten gods. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus 26:1, ye shall make you no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God. So, we're not supposed to deal with other gods. There's idol worshiping, and you'll be destroyed for that. Verse 44: For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the city of Judah, that they should follow the strange law of the land. Just like over here in America, when it came down to that lockout, tag out, I can't say what I want to say. This video might get flagged. But if you been around since, 2020 up to now, you know what's going on besides the war. So that, they put a decree at one point that you had to take the lockout tag out in order to, you know, keep your job or go into certain places and stuff like that. So it's the same thing here, just like it was then. They put unrighteous decree out on the people of Jerusalem and Judah, which is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, that are Israelites. So it says 45, and forbidden burnt offering and sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. So they want us to profane, and profane is to this this situ- this situation is the act of depriving something of its sacrifice, salakia. Shalakia. Shalakia, let me read it back over again. Desec- dese- Desecration is the act of depriving something of its sacred character, or the disrespectful, contemptuous, or destructive treatment of that which is held to be sacred or holy by a group or individual. So we kept our burnt offering, our Sabbath. There was a Passover, you know, a feast of dedication, you know, and so on. Those were sacred. They were sacred to the children of Israel because the good Lord gave it to us. But they want us to disrespect our laws, our burnt offering. They don't want us, to follow the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. They was against it. because they knew the power of us following those laws and commandments and those sacred holy holidays, that we will one day overcome them, and they didn't want that. Let's go back. And also, putting swine on the altar, that's against the law. What's that, Leviticus 7 and 11? 11 and 7. It says here, and the swine, though he divide the hood and be cloven footed, yet he chew not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of this flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch, they are unclean to you. And the other wild beasts and stuff like that the good Lord told you not to eat. All this is unclean. Go back. And these people here, which is Esau, Edom, they wanted you to go off, and by you going off was eating swine on the altar, going back to 47, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrificing swine flesh and unclean beasts. So he wanted you to go off, and he knew if you went off, you'd lose your power. For that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their soul abominable with all manner of unclean and profanation. Meaning, I just read that, meaning to disrespect something sacred, and keeping the law to the best of your ability, keeping those high holy days to the best of your ability. Those are sacred days. And he wants you to go against them. He wants you to be abominable to the Most High. He wants you to be unclean to the Most High. I mean, that's his whole agenda. He has a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. What is it? Let's go. I think in Genesis, all the way back from Jacob and Esau. Let me find that. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, let me just go here. I know I saw it in Genesis. Hey, let me take this off. A perpetual hatred. Well, there's one in Ezekiel 35 and 5. We'll go down. Says here, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast slain the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the sword which, that was Esau's blessing, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, says the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, Esau, he been, killing us, raping us of our land, of our women, of our nationality. I mean, that's a perpetual hatred. It's not just only just killing us, but putting the fear of death on us to turn us away from the good Lord. You know, and this man here had to be put down. He had to be put down like a dog with rabies. He got to be put down. He's a defiled, affected man. Esau Edom. 49. To the end, to the end, they might forget the law and change all their ordinance. So I mean, that was Esau was hoping for. You know, if you read, let's go back to 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their soul abominable with all manner of unclean and profanation. You know, they wanted. I'm gonna add a little bit to 48 also. You know, whenever an Israelite woman have a male child within after after 8 days, he's supposed to get uncircumcised. The way Esau set it up, if even a woman do something as sacred as the law state that a woman should do to her son or father to his son to have him circumcised after 8 days, they will kill the baby and hang the baby around the neck of the woman and let her walk through town to let the other mothers know that if you circumcise your son, that they will kill your son, and that put fear throughout all of Jerusalem at the time. And let me see, can I find that? Let me see, can I find that? I want to say for Maccabees in 7, I think. Oh boy. Go back to Google. Oh, okay, I'm in the right chapter. For Maccabees 61, I should have went down a little bit farther. I would have saw it. I know I read it, just I forgot where it was. Dang, Shalakia for that, right down here. It says here, and they hung the infants around, I mean, they hung the infants about their neck and rifled their houses and shew them that had, slew them that has, that circumcised them. So that's basically what it was. They put the baby, the dead baby, around their neck to show the rest of the people, the rest of the parents, that if you circumcise your child, they will be killed. They will be slew. Let's go back to 49. To the end that they might forget the law and change all their ordinance. So a lot of time we have forgotten our law because due to fear, because of losing your life, losing your infant life, you know, not be able to get food, water, not be able to do what you normally do to take care of your daily needs. So they will go all the way around to keep you from keeping the ordinance of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Any way they can destroy you, they will. It just don't have to be, well, we gonna kill you, we gonna murder you, whatever. You know, they'll take things. They would take, food from you, take water from you. It's a build up until they can't take no more. Because they know that a lot of Israel had faith. And they just said, hey, that's enough. We tried this, we tried that. Now we're going to come in, we're going to slaughter them. Verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he shall die. So that's basically what I said. Like I said, it was a slow build-up. It would start off with a decree, and it was voted on, and it was sent out through all the kingdom and to Jerusalem and Judah. And, I know, well, I won't say I know, but that's how Esau normally worked, with a slow build up, Verse 51, in the self same matter wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the city of Judah to sacrifice city by city. So they had overseers to enforce their laws. Just like in this day and time, it have not yet started here in America just yet, but they're going to bring troops to your door if you don't take that lockout tag out. Like I said, if you are living in this world and you listen to the news and it has been a great change here in America for the past 2 years, and what's going to, like I said, bypass the war which is going on right now. But just think, just think what happened before the war kicked off, that people was being forced to take, was losing their job behind if they don't take the lockout tag out. So they're going to bring troops to your doors, police to your doors, and that unrighteous decree is here just like it was there during that time. Verse 52, then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evil in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for Circum, which is a place of protection, a place of relief from violence or whatever. A sacred, not a sacred place, but a place to, to hide victims from, from the prey or whatever. But these people here, they are wicked, and they committed great evil in the land, which was murders, killings, same thing, a lot of them was innocent. A lot of Israelite was murdered. They was innocent, But as an overall, people normally say, they killed a lot of people, but a lot of our people was murdered, and there's a lot of innocent blood that Esau had to pay back for the killing of innocent people, but just because they want to follow the laws and commandment. They burned their house, they raped our daughters, our mothers, and even men, because Esau, he's a homosexual too. They rob us of our land, our cattle, our food, our water. They jailed us, enslaved us, did all type of horrific stuff to us. Those are the great evil in the land during that time, and we had to flee for protection. We had to leave out of of Jerusalem at that time. And here's, if you read, I'm just going to scan through it, but if you read 54 all the way on down, you know, here's some of the great evil that happened to us. It says here, 55, and burnt incense at the door of their houses in the street. And when they had rent in pieces the book of the law, see, they took our books and they tore it up to pieces, so that we can, as you go back up here to 49, First Maccabees 1:49, to the end they might forget the laws and change all their ordinance. So when they went in, they rent in pieces the book of the law which they found. They burnt them with fire. Says here 57, and whosoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king command was that they should be put to death. So when you have the fear of death on you and your faith ain't strong, you're going to not want to study the law of your people, of your God. You're going to forget because of fear, the fear of death. And like I said, these are, like I said, if you read all the way through, like I said, going down to 60 and 61, it says that at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised, and they hanged their infants about their neck and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. So this here was a horrific thing that happened to us during that time, because we didn't follow their decree. A lot of us didn't, and some of us did. The sellout, the 2/3 of our people that want to join hand in hand with them, and for they, for eating unclean meat and stuff like that, and eating animals that wasn't written in the book for us to read. They forced it on us, it says here. And this will be my last one, 63 and 64. First Maccabees 1 and 63. Wherefore they rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meat. So the Israelites, like I said, a lot of us kept the faith. They said we'd rather die than to eat they defiled meat, and that they might not profane the holy confident, the holy. I'm sorry, Shalakia for that. Shalakia. I'm doing this in the morning, so I need to drink me a cup of water or something. But holy covenant is like a promise, what the good Lord, a holy promise, a holy contract, or something that is agreed on with the Most High and the children of Israel. So then they died. Let me read that over again. Wherefore they, good Lord, wherefore the rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meat, and that they might not profane the holy covenant, so that they died. 64. And there was great wrath upon Israel, those great wrath, great evil, perilous time during that particular season, So the same thing is going to happen here during the time of Jacob's trouble. The pestilence, the famine, the sword. These are Jacob's trouble right now. Is at a lower state, but it's turning up. You got war going on right now. You got diseases going on right now, so-called disease or whatever, so-called pandemic. And people are, killing each other at a high rate. And it's going to get turned up a lot more. So these perilous times, they are coming. So this is just something that I wanted to throw out there, and I hope this was edifying. That these people here, Esau, Edom, right along with the heathen nation, they love putting a harsh, unrighteous decree on our people to keep us down, to keep us at a lower state, to keep us from our power, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we're going to get that back. We just have to stay in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, know the name, learn the name, because the name is power. Yahweh is the Father, and Yahweh Shai is the Son. Those names are going to protect you, but you have to have faith. You have to do this work. He will protect you. He will have an angel to keep a hedge of protection around you during the time of Jacob trouble. So I'm going to end it right there. Shalom.